everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing an unboxing for the October 2018 Loot Crate. If I remember correctly, the theme for this month was Cursed, or is Cursed, I guess. Of course, getting super spooky for Halloween. I'm looking forward to this one. I know one of the franchises, which is actually why I'm specifically wearing this shirt. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm mostly excited for that specific item because I love it's Evil Dead, and if anyone can't read between the fat creases there, it's Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead. I love the movie franchises. I love the TV show before that unfortunately got canceled. And recently, actually this month, I saw the musical, the Evil Dead musical, for the very first time, which was super cool. I love that for sure. So I'm gonna get right into this and see what this T-shirt is right off the top. Just put these off so I can see. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, but that is super cool. This is Attack on Titan. No, it says Loot Crate, so it's not a Loot anime shirt, so that's cool. Because I'm making sure, I'm like, oh crap, I hope I didn't forget to cancel something. But Attack on Titan, haven't watched season 3, but I do like Attack on Titan. I need to actually catch up on that now that I finished My Hero Academia. Attack on Titan is my current anime that I gotta start watching. But I love this. I love the neon green, so that's definitely cool. So love that without a doubt. Get further into this. I think this is our big ticket item, so I'll wait for that one. Oh, check it out. We got some socks. We have Gremlins. I don't think this is cursed anymore. We'll see if I have the right franchise, it'll be in this one. But we got some Gremlin socks here. Gizmo, for who's not familiar. I do love Gremlins. It's been a super long time since I've watched the Gremlins movies, but I always remember liking 2 more than 1, and that's because it was so insane and over the top. That's why I always enjoyed the second one a little bit more. But I think they're both good. Both Gremlins movies are great. Ooh, what the heck is this? This is I think this might be a blank key. It's a key ring. Okay. I thought they were giving us another blank key because that's what it looks like in the packaging. But a key from American Horror Story. Oh, there it is. Wasn't exactly tied in super well, but there we go. So it's from. Well, that is not focusing in any way, shape, or form. There it is. Nope. There it is. It's from a hotel, and the key says room 64. I would understand what the importance is of that room if I'd watched the season, but I'm 4 seasons behind on that show. I'm actually on the hotel season, so oddly enough, the season that I'm on is what it's from. But this looks really cool. I actually really love the design. It is, of course, it's actually etched, so that's not just like a flat surface. It's actually 3-dimensional, so that's pretty cool. And then you just have this tiny key, which you can't make it's not a blank. This would be a fake. Well, I could. Yeah, I don't. No, that's actually metal, so maybe you could. I feel like even the small keys are a bit thicker than that, but I could be wrong. So maybe that'll technically count as a blank key, but it does just say it's a key ring. It doesn't say it's a key ring and a blank or anything like that. But that's cool. I definitely think that's pretty awesome. We got the pin for the month. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Have a Ouija pin, which is pretty cool. Oh, there it is. That's pretty nice. I like that idea. Mystifying circle or oracle. Wow, I read circle. But Ouija, I don't know if Ouija Mystifying Oracle is the 3rd movie or something, because I know there are 2 Ouija movies. Oddly enough, the second one people actually enjoy. I thought that was the weirdest thing. I never saw either of them, but people kind of hated the first one, this sucks. And then the second one came out the origin of the Ouija board, and it's this is super cool. And I was you don't see that very often, but that's what happened. Oh, sweet. Okay, so maybe this is. I'm gonna just do it before I show off the main item here. I want to make sure I actually have this freaking thing correct. And also, we're moving a little bit back to pamphlets, just a tiny bit. It's got some pages here. It is cursed. All right, I wanted to make sure because apparently, I didn't remember anything except for Evil Dead, and it is Evil Dead. It is in fact Evil Dead 2. So that is super freaking sweet, and it's a figure, and without a doubt, this is what I want. Whenever it's a franchise where I'm I want it for that specific franchise, I'm always hoping that that specific franchise is the one that's the big ticket item, and I'm very happy that it is. And I've only gotten something from Evil Dead once before, and it's actually this. Well, actually not once before, but I got this, and then I have an Ash vs. Evil Dead t-shirt, which may have been from a Lootcrate DX. It must have been. It was either Lootcrate or Lootcrate DX, so it may have been two separate times. But I remember, like, what's the last year? It must have been 2 years ago, maybe. I bought the DX crate, and I did. You can check that out. I'll probably, if I bother to even do it, I'll probably put a link in the description or something like that. But admittedly, I probably won't. I'm just let you guys know now. I don't really keep up with my stuff like I used to, because I'm just like, they demonetize me, so I just don't even bother with stuff anymore. But Evil Dead 2, super freaking cool. If I can get these figures out of here. Little itty bitty Ash. So that's super cool. Got his chainsaw there. And his boomstick. And then we have one of the Deadites. Who'll be coming out of the basement here. Focus. There we go. With creepy booger eyes. But that's awesome. I think that is super cool. And there's a lot of components to this, actually. Oh, that's super cool. So this actually like sticks in, and it actually sits up like that because this actually goes here. So that's actually pretty sweet. I like that. I just have to get it like all to stick on all at one time though. And I probably should have put Ash on first. But yeah, this is cool. So throw this back on here. There it is. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It's like going right for his butt, pretty much. Just like right in the butt. This, yeah, it says Evil Dead 2, but this definitely, well, I guess they brought the same creature back in Ash vs. Evil Dead, so it's all the same. And this is actually the back of it, too. So it all clicks together. So that I love. And this is, once again, Artist Series, which does all the same figures. I actually still have my my Stranger Things one, so there's Stranger Things. I actually happen to have my other one from Westworld as well, although I don't have the characters in it. But this is the Westworld one. I just have the characters like separate because she doesn't actually stick in. I'm surprised this is like the only one I've always been surprised by. She doesn't actually like stick to anything, but the other character does because he's in the chair. But yeah, so Artist Series, I like these. This is kind of what their transition has been. It seems like they've transitioned, you know, obviously they used to do Q-Figs all the time, and then, or pop figures. So they went from pop figures to Q-Figs, which I always thought were super cool. And I think Q-Figs mostly sticks to like nerdy stuff, so it's mostly comic book based, and that's why we get that. And then Artist Series is like the new thing they've gone to, where it's like, if it's not going to be a Q-Fig, which is mostly comic related, or video games, they go to Artist Series, and then that ends up being like live action stuff. So that's how we get, you know, Westworld, Stranger Things, or Evil Dead 2. Whoops. That's like such a... It doesn't really snap in, or maybe it does. I don't know. I have to figure it out. But definitely awesome. Definitely love that figure. And I love all of these little things. They're great for like product photography and stuff. And they always have, you know, just simple little backgrounds, stuff like that. And now I gotta... Yeah, I'm just going to put this all back in the box. This will be good. When I get my apartment, I'll have all this stuff nice and spaced out. Because right now, everything's just all right here. It's just boxes and other figures and stuff. So this will just go back and I'll take pictures of it in like a month or something. But that I definitely enjoy. And that was all the items. Here is, of course, the inside of a crate. You get some masks. This reminds me of something, but I just can't think of who it is. It's like an actual character with hair like that. And there's a little bug there, so that's pretty cool. It says, Lootcrate presents the cavalcade. It says a cavalcade. Oh, it just presents a cavalcade of cursed creatures. The blood-curdling beast from beneath the waves. And then the abominable Antzilla. That's cool. And then it says, which mask will you choose? This doesn't... Yeah, that's weird. It's not perforated. They've done that before, where they'll put the mask in and you can actually just like poke it out. I'm really surprised they didn't do that, because it's not like this is just like thin paper. It's like thick enough. You know, it's cardboard. Having to cut this stuff takes a little bit of extra time. Not to mention the fact that it's got eyes here. Like even the eyes aren't perforated, where you can just pop them out. So, you know, for people who are actually going to do that, but like that would have been way more helpful to just have it like etched in there, and then you just, you know, poke out the pictures. But that is the inside of the crate. And then of course going through, we have our little pamphlet. Like I was saying, they've gone back, instead of giving us just the one little sheet, we've got a couple pages now, so it's not as epic. but they've gone back, so that's actually pretty cool. Then just to skip over the items really quick to go straight to the Mega Crate. One lucky winner gets Cursed Camping Trip Gear, including Big Angie's Deluxe 6-person tent. That's pretty cool. Coleman Adult Sleeping Bags, you get 4 of those, 4 Amazon Basics Hiking Backpacks, and 4 Arc Shell Rechargeable 2-way radios. It actually says and more. It says it's a $1,200 value. And that's pretty cool. That would be like the one thing. I'd be so mad if like of all the times that was the Mega Crate that I won. I'd be super pissed because I'm like, I don't camp. The backpack thing is cool. And 2-way radios is always, a useful thing. But I'd probably just sell most of that stuff off. I'd probably keep the radios. I'd keep one of the sleeping bags because I don't have one anymore. So it's like at some point, actually no, I wouldn't. I would sell it. I'd get rid of it. I can buy a cheap one. But I'd probably keep the backpack for any random road trip. You can always use a good backpack, especially like a camping backpack. They're built to hold like a buttload of stuff. So yeah, somebody out there want it. Hopefully a camper. That would be good. Better than someone like me that's like, I would much rather just see camping on television. But going through the items, we have the exclusive Ouija Planchet Pin. It's that time of year. Pumpkin spice lattes, huge bags of candy, horror-based puns. Halloween. Want to kick things up a notch and contact some spirits? Based on every scary movie we've ever seen, that's a terrible idea that usually ends up with a curse and or haunting. Usually ends up with a curse and or haunting. But if you really want to, a Ouija board is the way to go, and this planchet will point the way. You've been warned. This is actually licensed from Hasbro. That's interesting. Oh, well, I guess Hasbro owns the rights to Ouija boards then, which I never even thought of that. The Attack on Titan shirt is an exclusive. So is the pin, but that's fairly obvious. Exclusive Attack on Titan t-shirt. In Attack on Titan, humanity is cursed to be hunted down and devoured by a mysterious race of giants. It's a fun show. The largest of these humongous man-eaters is a skinless behemoth known as the Colossal Titan. It tends to knock down walls, but it's also the breakout star of this month's stylish tee. We're big fans, no pun intended, of Attack on Titan, and we thought its unique and dynamic visual style, complete with atmospheric steam, would make for a great design and encourage you to take life's biggest challenges head on. Then we have the exclusive Supermo scenes. Super. No, it is Super. I was about to say maybe I just read Supreme, but no, it's. Oh, I guess it's supposed to be like Supremo, but I don't know if that's. Unless I just don't remember. Oh, it's Super Emo. That's what it is. There it is. I'm like, unless I've been misspelling Supreme this my entire life. Super Emo scenes. There it is. Evil Dead 2 diorama. The Book of the Dead serves as a passageway to evil worlds beyond. If you're like Ash, you're probably wondering why the hell anyone would want to read it. But hey, a page turner is a page turner, and curses happen. Super Emo Friends' Jay Salvador is back for another awesome artist series figure, bringing us an adorable take on a less than adorable moment from Evil Dead 2 with this groovy diorama. Display it proudly, and if you plan on going to a creepy cabin in the woods, maybe pack a chainsaw. I don't think I've ever paid much attention to the fact that it's called Super Emo Friends. It's right on the side of the box. That's how I figured that out. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever noticed that Super Emo Friends was on there in any way, shape, or form. And if I have, that was months ago, but the last time I actually realized that. So then we have the exclusive Gremlins or Mogwai socks. There's actually variants here, so that's pretty cool. So I got the light versions, as you guys saw. I would have preferred the dark ones, just because, admittedly, I think they look a bit cool. I guess technically I have the Mogwai version, because technically he's not really a gremlin until you feed them after midnight or get water on them. So technically I have the Mogwai version and not like the Gremlins version. Says you know the rules, no bright lights, don't get them wet, and never feed them after midnight. Of course, everyone breaks those rules and gremlins wreak havoc. The good news is, you can totally get these socks wet when you want to wash them. In fact, we strongly encourage you to always wash your socks so you don't find yourself cursed as that person with smelly feet. Gremlins, and its bonkers sequel, is one of our favorite holiday classics, and it totally works for 2 holidays. And we have often debated what After Midnight actually qualifies as. Feel free to weigh in on social. I actually thought about that. As soon as I read the After Midnight thing, I instantly thought of like an old video I watched. I was like, what counts as, how far after midnight is after midnight? So does it have to be like between noon and midnight? It's like, is it like lunch to dinner? So it's weird things like that. Did you get the terrifying Gremlins or the adorable Mogwai socks? So there's that. Licensed from Warner Brothers, made by BioWorld. And then lastly, of course, we have the exclusive American Horror Story keychain. As the 5th season of American Horror Story told us, James March built the Hotel Cortez in 1925 to pamper guests and hide the bodies of his murder victims. Not the nicest guy. Anyway, when I check into room 64, we hear it's incredibly haunted. This cool keychain is a much less spooky recreation of the ones from the show. Fortunately, the decorative key can't actually open the door to any haunted rooms. At least we don't think it does. Yeah, so it doesn't mention anything about it being a blank that you can actually etch, which I figured because, like I said, it looks super tiny. But I like this crate. I thought this was pretty cool. Obviously, the Evil Dead figure being the franchise that I like the most out of all these franchises, I'm happy that that's the biggest item in the crate. But the artist series figures are always the coolest to me. It's hard to say if I would prefer like these figures over a Q-Fig. I'd probably I guess it depends on what it is. If I had to pick, it would be based on the series or whatever. But I do like Q-Figs because they are, typically because they come as like comic-based stuff or video game things, they tend to be livelier. They have, brighter colors and things like that. And this has a decent color palette, but, it's darker tone things. And I feel like that's kind of what they go for a little bit. Like you have, even though it's technically bright, it's just the way it is fairly plain. Whoops, I needed that to charge. But yeah, like this I'd say has like the most color out of all the different little things. And that's like kind of, that's almost like grayscale, like the green. Actually, the green is super similar. So it's almost the same, but it's more blue here. But yeah, like that's kind of the most color we've really gotten out of these. But I like all of them for sure. So I'm definitely glad that we got that item. I definitely love the shirt. I do like Attack on Titan, so that's, an extra bonus whenever you actually happen to like whatever, the franchise is on the shirt. I think it's a sweet looking shirt. I mean, like I said, I love the neon. It would be cool if it actually glowed in the dark, but obviously it would have said that, but it doesn't have to. I think that's definitely cool with the neon. It actually reminds me of, I want to say it's like Dawn of the Dead or something like that. It makes me think of like, old horror movies. Like it looks like one of the old posters. So I think that's definitely cool. The socks are fine. Every time we get socks, I don't care what it is. It's just like, it's socks. I don't really care that much. Admittedly, it's just like, socks. And then of course the keychain, wherever I end up tossing that thing, also just okay, because it's just like, all right, even though I like American Horror Story, whether I've seen the season or not, it's just like, all right, it's just a keychain. It's nothing. If it was like a blank key, that would be cool. They did that before with BioShock. It's like, all right, well, that's an awesome thing. Or you just happen to have a cool unique version of a blank key. But yeah, I do like the items. The ones that I like more than the ones that I don't like, I think are good because it's like the two biggest items I like the most, which is perfect because it's the shirt and the actual figure. So for me, I really like this crate. I think it was actually a good month. I'm very curious to see what the DX crate is going to be. I didn't get it, but I just didn't want to spend the extra money. But they also have Evil Dead 2 is going to be in that as well. And I was like, man, I really want it, but I don't care about any of the other franchises. So typically I don't buy it if it's just for like one thing. But it was like, man, I'm excited to see what the Evil Dead 2 item is going to be. Last time it was like the chainsaw, so it was the smaller item. The big ticket item was actually like a sweatshirt, which was super cool. So now I'm kind of like, man, it sucks because I feel like since they're putting it back in, it's probably going to end up being like the bigger item for this month's DX crate. So I'll just have to find some YouTube videos on that. But either way, I think this is definitely an entertaining crate for the month. Of course, I would love to know what you guys thought about it. Favorite items, least favorite items. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Would love to know how you guys would switch these items around. What would you have made the t-shirt, the main figure, socks, keychain? For me, obviously, I like the t-shirt and the figure the most. So I would keep everything exactly the same. I don't know what type of keychain you would make. I guess it would just be Gizmo's face. I guess if you were gonna do a keychain of that, which maybe that would be cool, especially considering it was like a metal etched keychain. That'd actually be kind of cool. It would be like a cute little thing, and then that could be the variant. You could either get like a crazy gremlin keychain, or you'd get like the cute Gizmo version of the keychain, which I would, once again, just like with the snacks, I would prefer the Gremlins version. But yeah, I think the items were good. Obviously, with me liking the two big ticket items, I personally, like I said, I wouldn't switch anything around just because I like what we have. One of these days, since they put anime in, one of these days they need to throw in some Resident Evil stuff as like the big item. Not the movie, the game, obviously. So I'm sure at some point I'll have to wait for that to be a big deal as far as whatever they're going to end up doing for Loot Gaming. I don't think they're going to... I hope I didn't miss it. I hope there wasn't a Resident Evil thing that I missed. That would definitely suck. But yeah, they need to pull out some more Resident Evil stuff. They've done... I think they literally... As far as I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for like 3 years now. I think this is my third year, and I'm going into my fourth. Like next February would be like my fourth year or something. And it's like, man, they've done like one crate that I can truly remember that was Resident Evil, and I didn't buy it, and I ended up buying the items like online later because I was like, oh man, that looks super cool, and I like bought a Resident Evil hat, which unfortunately was like way too small. Like I don't know if all the hats were like that, but it was like insanely tight. I was like, what the heck? Because they would all be one size, as far as I know, because they've never asked me about like what my hat size is. So I was like, that's weird. They made these hats super tiny. But either way, I need to put some more Resident Evil stuff in. I would love more anything Resident Evil. I would love Dead Space. I don't think Dead Space, even though the franchise is technically dead, I hate EA for that, but I love Dead Space. That's one of my favorite franchises. It's so good. And I would love to see them put a Dead Space item in. Like even a Dead Space keychain I think would be super cool if it was just like the helmet that Isaac wears. Maybe like the third game or something like that, or the second game, because the first one is just the straight lines. I like the ones that are like the V shape. I think those look cooler. So maybe like either the second or third game, like the main helmets that he has on, that would definitely be cool. I would love it if they did that. I would love it. They would never do this. No one would. But if they did like a DX crate and they put like a hoodie that was like a Dead Space, one of the Dead Space armor outfits as a hoodie, that would be insane. And it just like, it doesn't even have to be a full zip up hoodie, but that would be cool too. But you know, it has all the pieces, and it has like the thing on the back for stasis and like health bar and stuff on the back. That would be awesome, because there are no Dead Space hoodies. I've looked it up, and there was supposed to be one, and it never got made. And I was like, crap. So that I would love, but I don't know. Dead Space is technically dead, and I don't know what the deal is with Lootcrate. They just don't seem to put Resident Evil in a lot of their crates, because I'd probably buy more Loot Gaming stuff if they kept putting Resident Evil in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I would love to have seen Resident Evil. I would love to have seen Dead Space. I'm kind of surprised they went with American Horror Story, considering Halloween came out. I'm surprised that wasn't in here like at all. I think it might be in the DX crate, but I'm really shocked that with the movie, you know, like it just came out. I'm surprised that they weren't like, oh, the new Halloween movie's coming out. Let's put anything based on it, even if it was like from the original versions and not the remake. Anything Halloween based. I'm surprised that didn't make it, you know, into this. And they've done that fairly recently. Like I have a Halloween pin probably sitting like right next to me somewhere underneath all this other stuff. So you know, they put Halloween, you know, it's been referenced at least, but it's surprising that that wasn't actually in here in some way, shape, or form. But still enjoyed this crate. Like I said, would love to know what you guys thought about it. Favorite items, least favorite items, how you guys would rotate the items, what franchises you wish were in this month's crate, which ones you would definitely take out of this. You know, what did they do right, what did they do wrong for this month? So please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.